Hello friends, Rich Dad, Poor Dad book is the story of a person, the narrator and the author, who has two fathers. The first was his biological father, the poor dad, and the other was the father of his childhood friend Mike, the rich dad. Both fathers taught the author how to achieve success but with very disparate approaches. Poor dad, his father was a school teacher with good grades and a Ph.D. Yet, despite earning a good salary, he struggled with debt and finances his whole life. Rich dad, his friend Mike's father, was a business owner who never finished 8th grade, but eventually became one of the richest men in Hawaii. At the age of 9, Author Kiyosaki and Mike asked Rich Dad to teach them how to get rich. Rich Dad began their financial education through real-life lessons for 30 years until Kiyosaki was 39 years old. In his book, the author, Robert Kiyosaki, presents 6 major lessons which he discusses throughout the book. 1. The rich don't work for money. 2. The importance of financial literacy. 3. Minding your own business. 4. Taxes and corporations. 5. The rich invent money. 6. The need to work to learn and not to work for money. So let's start. Chapter 1. The rich don't work for money, and Chapter 2. The importance of financial literacy. What the rich teach their kids about money and the poor and middle class do not. One of the reasons the rich get richer and the poor get poorer and the middle class struggles in debt is because the subject of money is taught at home and not in school. Most of us learn about money from our parents. So what can a poor parent tell their child about money? They simply say, stay in school and study hard. The child may graduate with excellent grades, but with a poor person's financial programming and mindset, it was learned while the child was young. Money is not taught in schools. Schools focus on scholastic and professional skills, but not on financial skills. This explains how smart bankers, doctors, and accountants who earned excellent grades in school may still struggle financially all of their lives. Our staggering national debt is due in large part to highly educated politicians and government officials making financial decisions with little or no training on the subject of money. Money is one form of power, but what is more powerful is financial education. Money comes and goes, but if you have the education about how money works, you gain power over it and can begin building wealth. The reason positive thinking alone does not work is because most people went to school and never learned how money works, so they spend their lives working for money. If you learn life's lessons, you will do well. If not, life will just continue to push you around. People do two things. Some just let life push them around. Others get angry and push back. But they push back against their boss or their job or their husband or wife. They do not know it's life that's pushing. Life pushes all of us around. Some give up, others fight. A few learn the lesson and move on. They welcome life pushing them around. So these few people, it means they need and want to learn something. They learn and move on. Most quit and a few like you fight. Or if you are the kind of person who has no guts, you just give up every time life pushes you. If you are that kind of person, you live all your life playing it safe, doing the right things, saving yourself for some event that never happens. Then you die a boring old man. You will have lots of friends who really like you because you were such a nice hard-working guy. You spent a life playing it safe, doing the right things. But the truth is, you let life push you into submission. Deep down, you were terrified of taking risks. You really wanted to win, but fear of losing was greater than the excitement of winning. Deep inside, you and only you will know you didn't go for it. You chose to play it safe. That's what the other people do. Just accept a paycheck knowing that they and their family will struggle financially. But that's all they do. Waiting for a raise, thinking that more money will solve the problem. Most just accept it and some take a second job working harder. But again, accepting a small paycheck. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. When it comes to money, most people want to play it safe and feel secure. So passion does not direct them. Fear does. Learning how to have money work for you is a lifetime study. Most people go to college for 4 years and their education ends. Most people never study the subject. They go to work, get their paycheck, balance their checkbooks, and that's it. On top of that, they wonder why they have money problems. Then they think that more money will solve the problem. Few realize that it's their lack of financial education that is the problem. Taxes are just one small section on learning how to have money work for you. Most people don't. They want to go to school, learn a profession, have fun at their work, and earn lots of money. One day they wake up with big money problems and then they can't stop working. That's the price of only knowing how to work for money instead of studying how to have money work for you. Most people have a price, and they have a price because of human emotions named fear and greed. First, the fear of being without money motivates us to work hard, and then once we get that paycheck, greed or desire starts us thinking about all the wonderful things money can buy. The pattern is then set. The pattern of get up, go to work, pay bills, get up, go to work, pay bills. Their lives are then run forever by two emotions, fear and greed. Offer them more money and they will continue the cycle by also increasing their spending. This is the rat race. It is perfectly normal to desire something better, prettier, more fun or exciting. So people also work for money because of desire. They desire money for the joy they think it can buy, but the joy that money brings is often short-lived, and they soon need more money for more joy, more pleasure, more comfort, more security. So they keep working, thinking money will soothe their souls that is troubled by fear and desire. But money cannot do that. In fact, the reason many rich people are rich is not because of desire, but because of fear. They actually think that money can eliminate that fear of not having money, of being poor. So they amass tons of it only to find out the fear gets worse. They now fear losing it. So is a poor man happier? No. The avoidance of money is just as psychotic as being attached to money. Many people say, "Oh, I'm not interested in money," yet they'll work at a job for 8 hours a day. That's the denial of truth. If they weren't interested in money, then why are they working? That kind of thinking is probably more psychotic than a person who hoards money. If the fear of not having enough money arises, instead of immediately running out to get a job so they can earn a few bucks to kill the fear, they instead might ask themselves this question: will a job be the best solution to this fear over the long run? In my opinion, the answer is no, especially when you look over a person's lifetime. A job is really a short-term solution to a long-term problem. We are all employees ultimately. We just work at different levels. But avoid the trap caused by those two emotions, fear and desire. Use them in your favor and not against you. That won't handle the fear or desire. If you don't first handle fear and desire and you get rich, you'll only be a high-paid slave. The main cause of poverty or financial struggle is fear and ignorance, not the economy or the government or the rich. It's self-inflicted fear and ignorance that keeps people trapped. What intensifies fear and desire is ignorance. That is why rich people with lots of money often have more fear the richer they get, just because the fear of not having the money to pay your bills is scaring you. Thinking would be taking the time to ask yourself a question. A question like, is working harder at this the best solution to this problem? Most people are so terrified at not telling themselves the truth that fear is in control that they cannot think and instead run out the door. Tar baby is in control. That's what I mean by choosing your thoughts. A job is only a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Most people have only one problem in mind, and it's short term. It's the bills at the end of the month, the tar baby. Money now runs their lives. Or should I say, the fear and ignorance about money. So they do as their parents did. Get up every day and go work for money. Not having the time to say, is there another way? Their emotions now control their thinking, not their heads. Do you like the video? Please comment. Don't forget to share the video. I'm showing you these principles from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. There are so many other useful principles you can find in the book. You can buy the book from the description given below. Please subscribe We Can channel.